Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Nathan's 3D Factory. In this episode, I'm going to talk about beveling, what we do with it, why we need it, and just a couple of different methods here, okay? So, got the default cube here. I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to do a couple of examples here of what we can do, right? So beveling, if you're doing 3D printing, is a really great way of adding relief to these edges. So one thing that happens often when you're doing 3D printing is that if you have sharp edges, a lot of times you get breaks, whether it's because of the printing process or because of just regular wear, right? It's stuff that just gets chipped off. But you can also add some relief to those corners and those edges, right? And so this one I'm going to take and I'm going to just do like a bevel method just by getting 2 for edge select, right? So we have these edges, and if we were just to do all those edges right there, and we do Control B, that's our bevel command. Let's just do a 2 for the distance, right? Now, you see that we have 2 here on the distance for the width of the bevel, right? So if we were to compare, we're just going to do some measurements here, right? I am going to do a measurement on these faces, for example, and then I'm going to compare them just to show you how accurate this is, okay? So I'm going to go to vertex for my snapping right there. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from one of these corners to the other corner. Okay. So we see 20 on here. We duplicated, so it should be 20 right all the way across, right? So the bevel method, what it's going to do is that if we go from here to here, we get 16. So we go 2 on each direction on this, right? So then the same thing is going to be true here, that this should also be 16. Now, if we wanted to change some things around, if we wanted to add some geometry and do all that stuff, well, those bevels are already in there. So, I mean, you're pretty much locked in, right? But what if we could just take this one and we could apply a modifier to it? With the bevel modifier, that's a really cool way to add that complexity without destructively editing it and making it that you have to do like special things where you have to go around a lot of geometry, right? So now we're going to do amount 2 just like this, right? So you'll notice right here though that I have the bevel going in some of the edges, right? But on this one, not so much, right? So we have our width temp is offset, width, depth, percent, and absolute, right? Now, I keep it on offset. I haven't really experimented much with doing the others, right? But the limit method, I've played around with a little bit. So, you can do angle, weight, or vertex droop. So, right now we just have it set to angle. But if we do weight, look what happens here. Now, none of them are selected. But, if we go into here, and then we select certain edges, let's do it so it duplicates this, right? So, right here, okay? And now, you're going to see that now we have mean bevel weight, mean crease. Crease we're not messing with, that is for subdivision surfaces. But for mean bevel weight, if we say 1, then look what we have there, right? And now, we have a little bit more control on this. This we can't really do much with, but this, oh yeah, this we got some cool stuff we can do with. So, let's say, oh, I don't like that bevel, right? I want to have that so it's 4 instead. So, then it goes there where we have 4. And then the width, instead of being 20 across the entire face, this is going to go to 12, right? Take a look at that. Pretty accurate results. Now, let's also take a look, and you'll notice that we have segments too, right? Let's say we don't want that perfect 45-degree cut. We want to have a curved face instead, or a curved edge. Look at that when we put 4 edges on there. Now, how is it for the measurement? Well, we still get, okay, so we still get that, kind of went off there. Okay, let's try that again. We get 12, right? From vertex to vertex. So you get really accurate results. But what I like about the Bevel Modifier is the fact that you can do these with a modifier, non-destructively edit, and you can say, I want the vertices, the edges, all that, to be real-time edited, and then I can still go in here, and I can still do edits without doing anything really, really disruptive, okay? So if I go and do like loop cuts, edge cuts, and all this stuff, it's super easy. So, and then you can also modify these. Control B. Oh wait, hold on. I don't want to do it that way. This one, I just do the mean bevel weight as 1. So, kind of does some funky stuff to there. So this is something where, yeah, there's a lot of power. Okay. Now, so far I've shown you edge beveling, right? But if I were to do vertices, if we were to take the weight on these versus doing all these others, right? Then we could look at the vertex weight on each of these. Bevel weight. So let's say I want to do just these corners. Okay, now let's see what happens there. And now, we just get them so that now we do just the vertices. So, pretty cool, huh? We could do the same thing here. Let's see. That doesn't really show because it's flat, you know? So, these are best when you have your corners where it's going to be something that's definitely going to show up, right? But now, let's get these so that we get rid of them here. Okay. Okay, get rid of those. But now you see where you have all that power to do that kind of stuff, right? So, now let's say, okay, well now I want this to be edges again. It can go real time. And that's a really cool way of getting your edges, your bevels, all that stuff, right? So, that is the bevel. Just kind of a simple way to add some relief to your 3D printed objects, or, you know, it also gives a little bit of realism in your renders and stuff. And so, really cool, really useful modifier versus doing where you're doing the manual editing. I really highly recommend it. And then you can always apply it after the fact, right? So that's always something that's really cool. So let me know what you think of this episode in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so by subscribing to the channel, getting the notifications for every time that you get a new episode, and also putting a like on this so that we keep our stats going up and providing quality content for you. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Nathan's 3D Factory. Have a great day, guys.